Is this a high time for growing cannabis here in Germany? Well, smoking marijuana is now legal for over 18-year-olds across the country. With me here to talk about this budding business is Dirk, owner of the greenhouse technology company Dirk's Grow Shop. Dirk, you sell cannabis growing kits. Is the law already impacting your order books?
Yes, it is indeed. Yes, we are facing a steep increase in demand since February this year.
Right, and people in Berlin were celebrating the new laws with smoke signals at the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin as the legalization came into effect at midnight on April 1st. Adults over 18 in Germany are now allowed to carry up to 25 grams of cannabis on them and grow up to 3 cannabis plants at home. Smoking weed in public is also legal, but not within 100 meters of schools, sports facilities, or playgrounds. And so-called cannabis social clubs are now allowed to grow and distribute weed to German residents on a not-for-profit basis. So smoking weed and growing the plant is allowed, but selling weed directly to customers is still not legal in Germany. But that sounds like it's still going to be a boost for your shop, right, Dirk?
Yes, it will indeed help us grow our business. We are very happy about this approach on legalization. It gives us the existing industry of grow shops a chance to establish ourselves in the new market, and we're very happy about that.
Right, a new market. Germany is now the biggest EU country to legalize recreational cannabis. Do you expect a lot of competition in the future?
Well, there's already a lot of competition. We are a wholesale and retail since 2011. I'm in the industry since 95, but this business is since 2011. So we are facing a steep increase not only on the retail side of business, but also on the wholesale side, as well as the new industry that's approaching these production facilities, or those CSCs, as you call them, consumer clubs. They also will be a new group of customers for us. So in general, it's a broad business development that's happening right now.
Right, and so you've been operating your business since 2011. That's before cannabis was legalized here in Germany. How did you operate your business before this new law was passed?
Well, just like everyone else in the world, it's always depending on the local laws. In Germany, we always had a clear interpretation of the existing law that you can sell growing equipment, you can sell books about growing cannabis, you cannot help someone if he tells you that he wants to grow cannabis. So that gave us a clear platform and clear basis to have a wholesale, retail, and to be active in the industry without any legal problems. But we were never able to talk to the customers about cannabis plants. We were never able to help them if they had specific problems on those. And we were never able to advertise our products as for cannabis plants. And that will change now for sure.
And how are you projecting your business will grow now that these things are changing?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not really sure how strong the growth will be in the end. We're looking at a manifold of sales right now. So they are tripling, but how substantial, how long lasting that will be. Also, we have to see how much money we can raise right now. We're talking to the banks this week or next week to get more funds to be able to purchase more products. We are purchasing a lot from Asia, from China. So we have quite a long lead time from ordering, placing the order, paying, to having the goods in stock. That will be another needle hole, or how you say, another bottleneck for us for our growth.
And here's what some people in Germany had to say about the new laws.
Legalization is a good idea in general because it decreases the black market, which is essentially the problem because people are buying stuff that they don't know what's in it.
It's better to regulate it, the whole process, than just have a super huge black market.
Yeah, so as those people are saying, do you think the new laws will have an impact on the quality of the weed that people are consuming?
Well, yes, indeed. We have 100% black market, which is not controlled. There's no interest in having a clean product. There's only an interest in being secure and being not discovered and making a lot of profit in a fast time. And if we now have people growing for themselves, I guess that's the best quality assurance, because if you produce it for yourself, it'll be a good quality. And also the production facilities from the associations will be highly quality maintained, highly checked. So the black market will go down with every gram of weed that's being grown legally from now on. And the black market will go down because of the quality of the produced cannabis. Yeah.
And as a consumer yourself, perhaps, what do you look for in high quality weed?
It's still tricky to answer those questions. Until now, it was not really favorable to talk about your own consumption, but I think also that changes with the new law. I personally love the flavor more than looking at a percentage of a active ingredient like THC or CBD. It's a little bit like with wine. I wouldn't look if on a wine bottle, I wouldn't look for the percentage of alcohol. I'd rather look for a taste that's soothing, that's pleasant for me, and that's the same for cannabis products.
And Dirk, you served 2 years in prison in the past for growing cannabis. How do you feel personally now that weed consumption is legal in Germany?
Well, it's been a long way. I'm actively working, or I'm active in drug politics for nearly 30 years. And yes, I've had my own history of being incarcerated for it, for aiding and abetting to grow and sell cannabis. So for me personally, it's a huge relief. It's also something that I don't realize in a second. It still takes time for me to realize that long term. And I think, yeah, it's a great thing also for me, for my kids, to be able to talk about it differently, to also maybe see history a little bit differently.
Right. And we mentioned it earlier, a unique part of the German law is that selling recreational cannabis products is still illegal. Potential consumers are supposed to get it from these clubs, like we mentioned earlier. And Germany essentially had to bow to some European rules and concerns and struck to that compromise by leaving selling it illegal. So let's look at the money, because Germany has left a lot on the table when it comes to the weed industry and the potential tax revenues. The Heinrich Heine University in Düsseldorf estimates the German cannabis market could be 400 tons per year at an average selling price of 10 euros per gram. That's 4 billion euros in revenue. Now, legalizing cannabis sales means the government would benefit financially through tax sales and fees. And essentially, by not legalizing selling weed, the German government is missing out on a chance to make money. Do you think this is just a first step for the German government towards legalizing commercial sales?
That's what they pronounced. That's their goal. I mean, that's how they started. That's how they had, that's what was written in the coalition agreement. This is only the first column of their approach. They actually want to implement the second column, which would be the trial, or the scientific trial to sell cannabis in a completely legal scenario, with production and sale being commercially handled. And that should eventually lead to a full legalization and a full opening of the market. I do anticipate that to happen also on the European level, because I think that's got to be a little bit mixed or entangled or working parallel. But I also see that this won't happen next year, but it'll take 3 to 7 years, I guess.
Dirk Rehan, owner of the greenhouse technology company Dirk's Grow Shop. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.